When operating the drill press, it's important to make sure your work area is clean, and this has been cleaned quite nicely. The one thing that was forgotten was that there is a bit left in here. So we put the chuck key in here. You have to press because it's got a spring, and then turn counterclockwise to loosen. And at this point, I can loosen it by hand. Take the bit out and find the new bit that you want, and turn it clockwise to tighten it back in. Make sure it is as tight as you can get it. We're ready to go. Now, if you want to drill through a board, you need to make sure that you have your correct height set. So I'm going to pull this down. I don't want the bit to be so that it could touch the table. So right now it's elevated just above the table, and then I have a block, a piece of wood that I put under the stock I need to drill into. So that way, once I get through here, it's going to immediately drill through this piece. If you don't set it up that way, the bit could hit the metal table, it could snap off, and it could cut your finger off. So the next thing we need to do is clamp this down, and that's a pretty quick process with these clamps. Clamp it down on both sides. And I would have my mark where it is that I need to drill. Then you flip the switch, make sure it speeds up to its full speed first. Then you can bring it down. Let it come to a complete stop before you undo any of the clamps. I know it's safe to bring it all the way down because I checked my height and I have my safe block underneath here. So then we can remove our clamps. Perfect drilled hole. Now if you need to drill through a round piece of stock, and I were to just put this on here and clamp, it would wiggle all over the place and probably cut your finger off. So we're going to set up our V-blocks, one on each side, put the stock in the middle, line up where it was that we had our mark for our hole, and then clamp them both down. And now that it's clamped and tight, then the stock won't wiggle on us. Now since I can see all the way through the material, I don't necessarily need to have something underneath here, as long as I know for sure it's not going to hit the table. Bring it back up, wait till it stops before you unclamp. And you have a perfect flute. When you're done, it's important that you always remove the bit. Be careful, it could be pretty hot, so you may have to wait a few seconds. So I loosen this up and take my bit and put it in the bin. And then I need to make sure that I vacuum my station down. And that's how you use a drill press.